Another day, another loss for the Toronto Blue Jays as they've now dropped 4 straight games as they get crushed. 13-6 by the Colorado Rockies, and I got one thing to say. And this is right to Atkins and Mark Shapiro. Can we, as Jays fans, not watch Edwin Jackson pitch again, please? The experiment was nice, the journeyman that was Edwin Jackson, but he has been downright awful. And today was his worst outing as a Toronto Blue Jay. He goes 2 1/3 innings, gives up 10 hits, 10 runs, all 10 were earned. He walked 3. This is all in 2 1/3 innings. He gives up 10 runs in 2 1/3. That ain't good. We all talk about the Jays offense. Well, their early offense isn't any good. Yeah, but when you're down 10-0 after 3 innings, you're not going to win many ball games that way. You know, and then Luciano comes in and goes 2 2/3, gives 3 hits, 1 run, walks a batter. Again, struggles a little bit, but again, people love looking at ERA, so his ERA, I guess, technically drops from 7.32 to 6.85, but still not the greatest for Luciano. Sam Gaviglio continues to pitch horrendously. He gives up 2 hits. In 2 innings, he gives up 2 hits, 2 runs, and strikes out 2. His ERA was down in the ones not too long ago, as up to 4.26. Not good for Sam Gaviglio, and Derek Law is the only guy who throws a clean inning, but he gives up 2 hits and walks a batter in his 1 inning of work. Just a horrendous day for Blue Jays pitching. Awful. Just awful. And you know what? We all talk about finding positives and finding good things to talk about. Well, there ain't many. But Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a bright spot in today's ball game. He goes 3 for 4, gets a home run to dead center field, 435 feet to dead center. His 6th home run of the year. He goes 3 for 4 with the runs scored, an RBI, obviously the home run, and a walk. So his average jumps to 248 with an on-base of 322. It's great to see Vladdy get back in the hit column and get the hits going again for Vladdy. It's great to see him get going there. And anything else on the positive standpoint, Brandon Drury goes 1 for 2 with a run scored. Gurriel goes 1 for 5 with a run scored. Grichuk goes 1 for 3 and absolutely plasters a solo shot. It was a beautiful hit by Randall Grichuk deep into the left center field bleachers. And his 100th career home run for Grich, and his 9th home run of the season, and his 20th RBI on the year for Randall Grichuk. And another good positive thing from the youngsters, did I say he was 1 for 3? He was actually 1 for 4 in the ballgame. Kevin Biggio. He went 2 for 4, scores a couple runs. Good job there, raising his average to 278. Good job, youngin. Attaboy Biggio. Jonathan Davis goes 1 for 2, walks twice. He seems to start to, it seems like he's starting to get more comfortable at the plate, guys. And for Jonathan Davis, you know what he can do defensively. We saw him out there against Tampa Bay making that ridiculous Kevin Pillar type catch there in center field. You know he's fast, and I mean, my goodness, if he can find a way to hit the ball pretty well, he might find an everyday spot. Now, he went 1 for 2 today. He walked twice, like I said. His batting average is still only 152, and his on-base is only 188. Not very good, but they're going up. He didn't have a hit for the longest time. So it's good to see Jonathan Davis finding the bat a little bit lately. Luke Maile goes 1 for 3, has a couple RBIs. Eric Sogard goes 1 for 2 with an RBI. That's it, though. You lose 13-6. 10 of the 13 were in the first 2 1/3 innings. It's awful, man. It's just bad. You know, and if we see Edwin Jackson out there again, I feel so bad for the Blue Jays players. You know, I got nothing against Edwin Jackson. He had a great career, but no more, bud. At least not with the Toronto Blue Jays. He's had a rough time here. His ERA is 13.22. And ladies and gentlemen, this is after like 16 innings. This is not after like a 3 innings. Oh, it's just hard because he had 1 bad inning. No. He's had like 3 terrible starts. That's why the ERA is through the damn ceiling. Now, We've talked 5 minutes about this absolute bombshell of a mess by the Toronto Blue Jays. Now let's get to some goodies. Because there's quite a few down in the minor leagues. There's nothing really, though, in Buffalo. But in Double-A New Hampshire, we'll go to yesterday's ball game. Forrest Wall goes 3 for 4. He's now hitting .301. He continues to rank lately, and it's good to see there. Riley Adams, the catcher who's DHing in that game, though, goes 3 for 5. He's now hitting .307. And what a great job. And Nate Pearson actually gets lit up in that game. 4 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, walks 2 and strikes out 5. ERA of 4.08 for Nate Pearson there in Double-A. Not very good, but again, he's still so young, and he's still trying to find his way there at the Double-A level. It's a big jump from there from high A ball to Double-A. That's one of the biggest jumps, except from Double-A or Triple-A to the big leagues, right? Obviously, that's the biggest jump out there, but that jump from high A to Double-A is a huge, huge gap. And if people can make that jump, then you know they're legit, you know? And we go to the next game. We go to today's ball game. Forrest Wall ain't done yet, bud. He goes 3 for 5 again today. Gets an RBI, scores 2 runs, average up to .309. What a great job. The Riley Adams gets a couple more hits. He went 2 for 5. He's hitting .313. Guys, a couple guys down there in Double-A are getting red hot. Maybe got to call up to Triple-A soon. I don't know. If they continue this type of way, you never know. And in that game today, Yennsy Diaz had a rough outing. 4 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks. Struck out 6, but again, 4 walks usually come back to bite you in the butt, and they did for Yennsy Diaz. Now, let's go to the Dunedin Blue Jays, where again the offense was a big thing. Well, at least in the one game it was for Dunedin. Cal Stevenson, again Blue Jays draft pick last year, goes 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored, hitting .263 now. Again, not too long ago he was in the .230s, hitting .263. It's great to see. And Logan Warmoth, great to see him back and swinging the bat well. He went 3 for 5, couple RBIs, 3 runs scored, average up to .276. His average was like in the .230s consistently last year. So to see him do what he's doing right now, it is great to see for Logan Warmoth. But in that game there today, I think Warmoth actually struggled hard in that game. He went 0 for 4 with a run scored, and he walked once, but he struck out twice. Average up to .265. Stevenson goes 1 for 5 in the game, hitting .262. But my boy Alejandro Kirk continues to swing the bat well. He was 3 for 4 with a couple RBIs, hitting .393. Remember, this is the catcher down there in A ball. So, again, you look at the catchers in Double-A and in Triple-A, a guy like Alejandro Kirk. I mean, it's very small sample size, but a young catcher who's swinging the bat very well. I'm interested to see what they do with him moving forward. And one guy that I think I might have forgot to mention, no, I think he's in Lansing, actually. Joey Murray, a guy who continues to pitch really well for the Dunedin Blue Jays. He gets the win today. He's 2-0, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, an ERA of 1.78 for the right-hander, Joey Murray. Great to see there. Now let's get down to the Lansing Lugnuts. And there's one guy that I really wanted to talk about in this one, and it's Griffin Conine. If you guys followed the Jays draft last year, you know they would have drafted Jordan Grosjean's first in the first round, and you would have seen Griffin Conine go in the second. Now, for Conine, obviously his father, a former player, right? So the high expectations are out there for him. He struggled in Vancouver last year, right? He hit about 240, 230. Wasn't the greatest down there. Didn't really show a whole lot. Again, remember, this guy was in college, right? So he's already 21. You want to start seeing this guy start to develop. And boy, oh boy, since he has joined the Lansing Lugnuts there in A-ball, he's starting to rank. And in yesterday's ball game on Thursday, he went 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs, scores 3 runs. At that point in time, his average was .556. Again, it's very, very small sample size, but that's really, really good. And then in today's ball game, he didn't hold back whatsoever. Griffin Conine was 3 for 4 again, gets a couple RBIs, scores a run, average up to .615. Now again, that will drop. It will drop at some point, guys. But Oh wait, no, was he in? Hold on a second. You know what? I think he was in Dunedin, the guy I was looking for earlier. Let me see if I can find him again before we wrap this baby up. But Griffin Conine swinging the bat really, really well lately, and we want to see him and Groshans down. Groshans get back healthy, of course, but you want to see him and Conine just swing the bats really well there and get the call. Kind of like what we've been seeing from Vladdy and Bo and Biggio, kind of go up through the rankings together. You want to see that with Conine and Jordan Groshans if all goes well. All right, let me see if I can find the guy here. Where was he here? No, I'm just gonna try and find him because it was a name that we acquired in the off season in a trade. Now I'm not sure where the game was. I think it was actually here, right? Yeah, it was Ronnie Brito. I think I named him Burrito, and that's why I was all jacked up about talking about him. Only a young kid, 1999, young player there in Dunedin, right? For the Dunedin Blue Jays. He's only played one game. He was 2 for 4 in that game. Great job, 500 batting average, good stuff there. But again, a middle infielder, a young guy in high A ball, that next step to double A. But again, good to see him get to go 2 for 4 with a run scored and a walk in his double A debut for the Dunedin Blue Jays. All right, so guys, we're going to circle back now to the Toronto Blue Jays where we're going to wrap this thing up. Game 2 of this 3-game set against the Colorado Rockies goes tomorrow night, 9:10. First pitch in Colorado. Marcus Stroman, John Gray are the starting pitchers there tomorrow night. And as for the Blue Jays, you might have a good one because Marcus Stroman's on the mound, and he's been dynamite lately. Back-to-back wins for the Stros Show, and the Blue Jays look to get back into the win column after 4 straight losses, and they have not been pretty. And they look to get back into this series, even up the series, and more or less just feel good and get a victory. Like, my goodness, that's all we want to feel right now. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys did not enjoy the game today for the Toronto Blue Jays. Smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, the video, all that crazy stuff. And all those minor leagues and the guys that I mentioned, because there was quite a few of them. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on guys like Griffin Conine, Ronnie Brito, Forrest Wall, Riley Adams, guys like that in the minor leagues who are raking right now. Maybe not Ronnie Brito, but again, I wanted to bring him up here because if you guys remember what trade that was, I don't remember what trade that was. I wanted to say Russell Martin, but I don't think it was. We got somebody else in the Russell Martin trade. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Ronnie Brito and all this great stuff when it comes to the Blue Jays. And Evan and I will talk to you guys podcasters in sometime this week. We're not too sure as of yet when the podcast will be uploaded. Sorry, next week. I guess it's Friday right now. All right, so links are in the description, guys, for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, guys. Do all that great stuff. Check out my main man, Mo Buckets on Twitter, Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. Great guy, great content, and posts a lot of good stuff to his Instagram page, the most subscribed Blue Jays fan page on Instagram. Like I said, great content. He's a fantastic guy. He's quick with his content, and it's quality stuff, guys. Go check it out, Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. All right. And I will talk to you guys. Raptors edition, Game 2 of the NBA Finals, Sunday night, 8 p.m. tip-off at Scotiabank Arena for Game 2. No Kevin Durant in Game 2. That's what I like to see as Raptors look to take a nice-looking 2-0 lead, then head back to Oakland for Game 3. But you got to take care of business on your home court, and that all comes down to on Sunday night, 8 p.m. tip-off at Scotiabank Arena. And as for the Blue Jays, like we talked about, they play Game 2 of the 3-game set against the Colorado Rockies tomorrow night. 9:10 first pitch. They're in the Rockies in Colorado. Marcus Stroman, John Gray are the starting pitchers in that game tomorrow night. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you guys then.